The Claytons, a miniature biography in clay and silence. It begins, as so many great things do, in silence. Not with the thunder of history, but with the subtle emergence of a tiny figure on a red stage, a man who once was Napoleon III, now rendered in clay, hand-painted, matte, miniaturized. His gaze is vacant. His shadow hesitates to the right. This is how they appear. The Claytons, a collection of historic personalities reduced to a few inches, distilled into posture, pigment, and light. No show, no words. Only what remains when all else has passed. They are not dolls, not caricatures, not toys. They are biographies held in suspension. Little monuments from a world in which history is no longer written, but shaped. Their presence on a perfectly lit cyclorama is more than display. It is metaphysical. It says, translate the grand into the small, the complex into the still, the human into the modelled. History is written by the victors, Churchill once said. But here, among the Claytons, it is displayed in silence by their painted echoes, sculpted, slightly stylized, yet never ridiculous. Sigmund Freud stands on a white floor, hunched slightly forward, his shadow a long question. Hitler here is not fearsome, but fixed, rigid, like a fossil of a morally misbegotten century. The Claytons do not tell stories, they are the told. They stand in red, white, blue or green voids, backdrops that resemble the soft reverse side of memory. They do not invite immersion, but rather contemplation. A relationship forms between figure and form, between narration and absence, between history and staging. The camera, or what feels like a camera, is always distant, not from neglect, but from respect. Nothing would be more vulgar than a close-up, a zoom, or the crude weight of drama. These figures demand distance. They are not made for touch, but for thought. The emptiness around them is no technical necessity. It is part of the meaning. It is the space where significance takes shape. A critic once said of Steve Jobs, he moved through the world like a sentence too long for its grammar. Among the Claytons, that sentence length is the rule. There are no punchlines here, no pace. Everything is elongated, like a sentence by Thomas Mann or a slow pan in a Tarkovsky film. Their stillness is not a weakness. It is resistance against speed, against noise, against reduction. Yet they are not without irony. There's a quiet smirk beneath their stillness, as if they know the absurdity of their own existence and accept it gladly in service of something deeper. They do not smile, they do not pose, but they are aware we are watching, and therein lies their power. They are memorials, metaphors, miniatures. They stand on red ground, not because they belong to a scene, but because the red ground is the scene itself. Their posture is history. Their material is remembrance. Their color is commentary. And those who look at them may find themselves reflected in how they gaze, in how they question, perhaps even in how they laugh, softly from the deep, because the great pathos of world history now looks like a toy. The Claytons are not a series. They are a mirror, not a franchise, but a gesture, not a museum. A thought made of clay, hand-painted, and forever still.